With any phone that has an odd form factor, be it a dual screen device like Surface Duo or a folding tablet device like the Z Fold 4, you often need a launcher to accommodate that device. And you have exactly that on both of these devices. On the Z Fold 4, it's a pretty logical setup here. So you need to have effectively like two launcher setups because your cover display needs to have its own setup here. And then when you open it up, it needs to have an entirely different layout because the layout that makes sense on your cover display will not make sense on your internal display. You're going to want to have two separate layouts. And of course, that is something that you can do. However, I do need to point a caveat out to you guys about the Z Fold 4, something I've discovered here in the last couple of days, because there are some third-party launchers that do a really good job with exactly what I'm describing, but there's a really big problem with them, and it is involving one of the best new features of the Z Fold 4, but also now the Fold 3, Fold 2, and maybe even the Fold 1, if I'm not mistaken. And that is the taskbar that you're going to see down here at the bottom. I absolutely love that taskbar. I love the ability, shout out to Steve here with his very cool teardown skin on his Duo 2. I love the ability to, grab YouTube and bring it up here next to this, or to just switch to an app drawer and then grab another app and open that up as well full screen. I love that quick multitasking capability. Well, why am I bringing that up? Because, well, let me just show you. Let's switch over to another launcher, probably the best alternative launcher for this device in terms of its ability to kind of adjust to both setups, and that is Niagara Launcher. So if I go to Niagara Launcher, you're going to see, Shane, what's the problem? There's your taskbar right there. Well, the problem is it's not my default launcher. Let's actually switch it to the default launcher, and now it's gone. Now, that should be happening. I'm on my home screen. You shouldn't actually have the taskbar on your home screen. But let's open up an application, and the taskbar is simply not there. That taskbar is going to run on your standard launcher, but not on this one. If you don't know, Niagara Launcher is quite cool because on this display, it's going to run like this, and when you open it up, it's going to split it out. Now, I believe you can dig back into your settings, go back into display, and actually see, the taskbar is now grayed out, and there's no way for me to turn it on. Now, apparently, though, if you go into navigation bar and then scroll down to looking for something else, you'll see taskbar. You can go in and then you can actually re-enable it, but you may have already noticed a problem here. It should be down there, but there are no icons. So let's launch an app and see. Yeah, there's still no icons. So it is functioning in the sense that it's enabled, but it's not actually working for me. Now, I've seen it in the past doing this where sometimes it's worked and sometimes it hasn't. Sometimes there are icons there, but it's definitely more than a little bit buggy. Let's go back and change my default launcher back where it should be. Now I've got my lovely taskbar back. So that's just something, kind of a caveat, kind of a little PSA I wanted to pass on to you guys. If you don't like One UI Home and you want to use something like Niagara Launcher, you're not going to have that taskbar because it is actually kind of a feature of that launcher. You can try and turn it on anyways, but as you can see, doesn't really work that way. Maybe there'll be a workaround later on, but for right now, there is no such workaround. It just doesn't really work. Guys, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. I will see you on the next one, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.